I 100% disagree with the evolution part, though. I 100% disagree with it. I do not think that is true. Reason being, evolution, in our respect, in humans' respect, would say that eventually, as women come up, that the role of the men and what they do is not as needed as much because women are able to do so. The problem with that evolutionary aspect is that one, women are not necessarily able to do everything that men do. Whether you think of it as physically or not, they're not able to physically do everything that men can do, for one thing. Now, they can in some respects, but even...
I don't want to play this game. I want everybody. I want to be the lion. I want the woman and the man to be strong on top of this, like you go to the jungle on top of that hill. What's up, Malphus? It's your boy, Malphus, me. That was not as smooth as I thought it was gonna be, but looking cute, looking clean, and looking sexy. And y'all know, I want to say a few things before you got free BG and justice for Breonna Taylor. We about to get started because you know it's Monday and I'm with the boys. It's Man Cave. To my right, we got the one and only legendary man himself, the ultimate scumbag. His name is AfroCummy765. Tori, how you doing today?
You already know, your local neighborhood scumbag here to give their folks their daily dose of dirt bag. Same gimmick, different day, as per usual.
So, up above him, we got the one only legendary boy from Jew City himself, the host of one of the most popular anime TikToks there is. It's Monray.
Oh, what's good? Your boy Monray, aka Young Sleepy, but I ain't got no pillow. I'm back again. Just ready to go ahead and let you know what it is from the man's standpoint. That's all I got.
And across from him, we got the best on the mic in the Midwest. His name is synonymous all over the place, from fashion shows to radio shows to doing rap to doing it all to hosting very popular episodes of What's New 99. It is Uniqo Williams. How you doing today, my guy?
Yo, what's up, YouTube? I'm back with the boys. Make sure that you smash that like and subscribe button.
Smash it. And we got.
I've been watching Loaf. I don't know.
Hey,
I've been watching prank videos.
Get in where you fit in.
Hit him with that. What's up, guys?
Where we dropping, boys? Come with me while I go to Japan to the what is it? What's the mystery? What the hell kind of forest that boy got in trouble for going to the forest of death? Let's go. Oh my God, I think I see something.
Everybody just be saying, what's up, YouTube? No, that is not me. But we do got a big topic, and before we start, I do got something. I got a disclaimer for me on my opinion when we talk about this. As everybody know, the topic is are men being emasculated. On Man Cave, of course, I made this show so men can get their point out because I felt like it wasn't a space for men on the internet. So I was like, let's put Man Cave together. But are men being emasculated is the question. So I want to start by a disclaimer on me because I want y'all to understand this and think about it while I talk as I go through it later on. It's in South Korea, it's a thing called manhwa. In manhwa, it's a system that is built that all the players have to play. And they do it by impressing these things called gods or the system, and they level up and they get perks and they get sponsors and they get all those type of things to level up and become higher. And each one of these people get together and they form guilds. And when they form guilds, they become the strongest guild and the weaker guild. And the strongest guild gets perks and money and all the stuff they want. And weaker guilds have to fight harder and do everything. But they want to be stronger guilds, so they recruit and do things and try to level up. And some of them end up cannibalizing each other, fighting each other, doing all the things while the gods laugh and are basically the form of it is entertainment. I want you to think about that as we speak and talk about it as we go through this journey that we're going through today. And the answer is, are men being emasculated? I will give my answer after everybody else. How is everybody doing today?
Beautiful day. You already know. I've only had to chase a dog through a dog park because he decided to slip his leash, and then I had to avoid going to jail for animal abuse in front of all these nice white people. So I'm here to make it.
All these good white folk out here.
Yeah,
Let's say half of
they
me
are.
is
They're already
you.
looking. They're already looking at the dog crazy, and then he slips the leash. I'm like, God damn.
They just say I'm half of you. Let's start with Tor. Tor, are men being emasculated? I'm very interested in your answer.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the context. Are men
Man,
being
that's like-
emasculated in society?
That's a heavy
Are men
question.
being emasculated on an everyday basis by the world in general? I mean, I guess if you're if you're a little bit of a hoe, you might be getting emasculated by the world in general. But I'd like to say that, I mean, men are slowly. I feel like there was a point in the beginning of the late 20 teens where the skinny jeans took over, and niggas started worrying about how short their shorts were, and not in the longer sense. I've seen so many niggas in short shorts, it's not even funny. I might even rock a pair occasionally myself, but I mean, surely in the media, most definitely, men are steadily emasculated, and when they do act manly in the sense that we all think, I mean, it's automatically declared as toxic masculinity. It's like,
Yep, there you go.
If you feel like you're a tough guy, that's toxic. If you feel like you're the breadwinner and you're carrying your family on your back, that's toxic. I think in the context of society, yeah, men are most definitely being emasculated to a certain point. And I mean, it's really all in what you let happen, though. I feel like most of these niggas nowadays, if you're being emasculated, it's by choice. I mean, if you're gonna let people talk to you however they want, and not do anything about it, or you're gonna freaking let the Shade Room or any of these other blog columns fucking determine how you feel about your inner masculinity, if you would. I mean, are men being emasculated, or are men letting themselves be emasculated? I think it's more of the former than the latter. I feel like a lot of men are letting themselves be emasculated when it wouldn't be too hard to just tell a bitch to suck it. I mean, yeah.
There you go. There we go. Take back your power, Tori. Take back your power.
Hey, listen. Anyone who feels the need to try and emasculate me, they should know from the get-go, I don't care enough about your opinion for me to be emasculated by you. So, I mean, I'm about to piss off every friend I have with the Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So, I mean, it's whatever.
Yo, you're muted, bro.
Zellman.
Above Tor, let's keep the circle going. We're going to Monterey next. Monterey, are men being emasculated?
I'm above them. Oh wow. I guess it just depends on the direction that we see it from our own view. And that's really what it comes down to, is how you really view that question. We're gonna be woke today, boys and girls. That's like, I'm slightly woke now, and we all know the real truth. The real truth is simply that it's all an illusion, that it's all just a simulation. It's all your own personal reality. Nobody's getting emasculated. Nobody's above the other person. It's all
Red Bull Monterey, let's go.
It's all the same. Okay, for real though, let's gonna keep it a bean.
I'm about to say, man, what the fuck?
Let's just keep it a bean. Of course
Yeah, I was like, what?
Like, of course they are. We all know the answer. Yes, it's mainly in media, because we've hit this swing of media where women have a lot more control and a lot more benefits in media than men do, and it's even down to the things they can do, quote unquote, get away with, things they can say. They have a lot more freedom, a lot more leeway, and things that men say that if they're not beneficial a lot of times to society, or even if they go against maybe some women's ideals at that time period, a lot of times they just get silenced and they get suppressed, and they'll get called, like Tori said, they'll be called toxic masculinity, for the things that attribute more to men just in general. Like, if a man has standards You know, they list like, you know, oh well, you know, I'm more interested in women that have like a nice figure, that work out a lot, and all that kind of stuff. But then it gets pushed on you. Oh well, what about body positivity? And you know, you should accept a woman for just how she is, X, Y, Z, stuff like that. But flipping it around, if a woman was to say the exact same thing in a lot of respects, on media wise at least, that you know she prefers a man that's 6 foot, you know, at least 6 feet tall, makes 6 figures, for example, something like that, then you know a man is not able to challenge that without being looked at as something negative. So examples like those, for that's what that is, and it's just a lot of times men are just getting silenced. The things, the ideas to men, whether it be like, you know, being the primary breadwinner, being the primary decision maker in relationships, like traditional relationships used to be, things of that nature, to our ability to work and not complain, how our ability or our right to have feelings about different things. A lot of that just gets suppressed nowadays when it comes to media, and just even down to how many views or just how easy it is to blow up in social media, period. It's just, yeah, they're getting emasculated, and just they're getting silenced. That their ideas, their mentality, if they're not in agreement with society or just mentalities in a lot of women's eyes, sometimes they get emasculated. They get torn down. They get looked at as you're less than. They get looked at as you're not even like a citizen. You're not even a person almost. You're just a monster a lot of times. Like either you're a toxic man and your ideas isn't right and you're just wrong in everything, or you know, or you just go along with everything, and a lot of times you're seen as a simp. In other respects, when it comes to other men, they see you as, okay, you're just agreeing with them that they should have everything. You know, just in the arguments in today's media, at least, you're either looked at as a simp sometimes for going along with it, or you looked at as a toxic man in some respects for trying to go against the grain and stand on your beliefs, and your feelings and your rights. So it's a slippery slope. Anywhere in media is a slippery slope. Anywhere they can come up and find something on you 10 years ago that you wasn't even looked at or didn't even pay much attention to, it really didn't mean much, and then cancel culture will go at you and just, boy, wow. So yeah, they are, especially in media, because they're just getting silenced and getting shifted and molded into, I don't know at this point.
Uniqo.
I'm gonna go with absolutely. And it's for a couple of different reasons, and I actually want to take it to back in the day, honestly. Back in the day, like in the 80s, because you know, back in the day, what was it like? Even in the black household, you know, the man would, you know, do whatever he got to do for his family, and the wife would stay home or whatever. And then eventually, with said breadwinner money, these dudes ended up using that money to do drugs that they couldn't bounce back from. And so moms ended up becoming you know, the breadwinner, because they was the only person making money in the house. And so what that turns into is you end up like, so the dads, the black males, they're what I want to say, the black men, they're getting locked up, and then they got this whole felon thing going on, so you can't get hired. So, you know, jobs you get are shit. Whereas healthcare is something that's always needed, and there we have 1,000,001 females running around in scrubs. They got a guaranteed job that's always needing help, and so they get overtime. Cute, all that stuff. I've been in a situation where, well, not been in a situation, but I've seen a lot of situations where, you know, what's the most common archetype of the rich black couple? I'll tell you, it's typically a drug dealer and some kind of nurse type chick. That's usually like, you know, goals. And so with that being said, you know, things change. People come up, people get in trouble. Zelma, everything good? I know that look on that face. With OBS messed up or something?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. That boy had that hand looking at that mug in the command center. So with that being said, it's just been a decline, and then so now you don't even have like a masculinity thing going on, because you don't have the male role model, because he's getting locked up and your mom is raising you. So, and then you start probably getting raised around a whole bunch of sisters and stuff. Boom, that happens. And then what ends up happening after that is, you know, dudes keep on getting caught up in these situations where they are needing to deal with somebody that's making more money than them, and they don't have an opportunity to make more money. Let's not forget that, you know, minimum wage just went up to like $7.25. Like, what was that in like 2007 or 8? But it was like when I was in high school, you know, we thought it was something making $6, and that ain't shit. And we done rolled. And hell, I make the money I make now, and hell, I'm still feeling like I make $6 an hour. Where we do this at?
That's a fact, yo. Once rent hits, I be feeling like a broke nigga.
Man, $5.15 an hour working at these fast food restaurants, bro. They don't understand.
I hate to say I can't do that though. I'm not a people person enough to work at a fast food restaurant.
I'm gonna be real with you. They got a spot. If you work at KFC, you can just be the straight up chef. You just gotta beat out the old nigga that been working there for 30 years that got out of jail.
You can't fry chicken better than a nigga that's been doing it for 30 years.
You asked out. You gotta wait till that nigga. But it's always a next up nigga at the KFC though. It's a next up nigga. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
Regional manager and everybody. He doing that for so long.
Been in there so long, they ain't gave him nothing.
He's a friend with the goddamn
he was in the store with the regional manager when the regional manager first got on the job. Now he's still there 30 years later. This man in corporate.
Yeah, and you still frying the chicken. So
I'm proud of you, boy.
Shout out to all the people that work at fast food restaurants though, because I feel like we down that a lot when there's a lot of jobs that people do that make a lot more money that isn't half as important as feeding somebody. For real.
And so anyway, with that being said, just the jobs for men aren't there anymore. And so, I mean, it's only right. There's more women than men in the world, from what we
by a long shot
discussed this before. And so, I mean, they just becoming the breadwinners. It is what it is. Those high paying jobs, or those just, you know, those middle tier jobs that make you middle class and whatnot, like working for a call center. Bruh, I was one of the hottest people in that call center because I was the only black dude.
Call centers are the first time most niggas make more than $10 an hour if we're gonna keep it
you gotta be a special nigga to work at a call center on some real stuff. Like you gotta be a special, like you gotta somehow be able to talk to people. You gotta somehow be able to talk to people, and then, you know, had to fool around on the computer. And you know, back in the 90s and early 2000s, cats wasn't messing with that computer until MySpace. Let's just be clear. I was lucky enough to have a computer in my home growing up since I was a child. But there's some cats out there that didn't see a computer till they got up to that elementary school and went to that computer lab, and Mavis Beacon got to spitting in your ear trying to tell you how to type something. Fail.
Shout out to your first friend.
Shout out to your first friend, Tom. If you want to holler at a breezo after school, you better learn how to work that MySpace, boy. So it's just the role of the male has changed a lot, and it's become like we talked about Wakanda and stuff. Like we talked about that last week. Yeah, it only makes sense that it be a sister girl running things because there's way more sisters up in Wakanda, and that's just the way the world is going. So I wouldn't say being emasculated. It's just shit. What? I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. That's where we at. It's not a dominant sex anymore. It's like get in where you fit in. And if you got a girl that make more money than you, shit, fuck that pride. Fuck that pride.
I've messed with many women.
I'm paying utilities. All right. You know, back in the days, they used to be like, you know, they tell the woman, you know, the dude would used to pay everything, and the woman still be working. Then it turned up to like, I tell your woman, oh, just pay the water bill or something, pay the cable bill, pay one of these miscellaneous bills. I got everything else. Nowadays, shit, water bill done came in, it's $40. I got my 20.
Yeah.
But you looked at it as less than a person if you do that though. And your media, you know, 50-50 is looked at horrible nowadays.
Well, I guess I'm. Well,
that's why men got to learn to enjoy living alone.
Well, I guess I'm Ant-Man if I'm less of a person.
Not the Ant-Man.
I'm Speedy Gonzalez. I'm what's that?
Yeah, you don't want to be Ant-Man. He's like the superhero woman beater. You don't want to do that.
Well, I'm gonna let one of y'all go so we can let that.
Hey, he be knocking the mess out of the wash. It's kind of deservable.
So the answer everybody want to hear from me would be ultimately, is the man weaker? Is he being emasculated? And in terms of the traditional male, yes. And I got 3 reasons why. One is feminism. Now, in this topic of feminism, I want you to remember what I said earlier, right? About the guilds and why I made that disclaimer. Feminism, think of feminism as a guild. Think of Manosphere as a guild. Think of Red Pill as a guild. Think of all these other groups that's fighting for position as a guild. Whereas it's people at the top that just entertained by said guild. So the people at the top giving out certain riches, certain things, and you fight for those things. You fight for that sponsor. You fight for that millionaire. You fight for that billionaire. You see Kanye feeding a billionaire out of his hand 6 years ago. Now, 6 years later, Kanye is a billionaire. People are fighting for a position, and therefore feminists, not all, but some, will want to be like, hey, if they get ahead, they will take that spot and we can't get it. So I want you not to have that spot. So therefore I will try to get that spot, and maybe even in ways get you a little bit, you know what I mean? Take a little bit off top, make it a little weaker. And that's just, and the same thing with Manosphere when they tell you women can't do anything, and the same thing. It's all like a little game to be played to just get certain positions that you want, because those positions are seemingly scarce. Like I said, it's not just feminism, it's all the groups. So when you ask, is any group being held back by anything, it's always going to be another group trying. So in terms of the male image and the black man, it's feminism. And right now we know what the feminism goal is the fight to get the black woman. That's why Woman is King is made, and I'll go on there in a minute, but it's the fight to get the black woman. Why? Because she is a woman. She also seen as on the black people side because she is black. So whoever gets that advantage gains an advantage, because used to black women used to 100% ride with black men. Now it's more like a little iffy because, again, shifting momentums and stuff like that. The second thing is evolution.
X-Men?
You can actually, there is a reference to this in X-Men. But,
let's go.
But I'm not gonna use it. But you can use you.
You gonna say I'm not gonna use it?
Tom would know when I say it, but I'm not gonna just explain it to people. But he'll know it when I say it. But in society, people evolve based on the needs of what happened in that society. As I said, Tori know what I'm talking about when you go X-Men evolution from the regular X-Men. People's abilities evolve. They evolve as a country. By the way, this ain't the first time this has ever happened. It happened in ancient Rome. It happened in many African countries, in Egypt and everything like that. Once people get comfortable through evolution, and that protector, that dominant male, is not as much needed, it tends to not be, society tends not to use it and don't need it. Evolution is adapt or evolve or adapt. If you don't evolve and adapt, you kind of get pushed to the side. In society nowadays, you are not as needed because a gun is available. Women can protect themselves. They take self-defense classes. There's a bunch of other things that are needed to protect. They can get jobs now. Let's be honest. The only reason women struggled for a long time is because they weren't allowed to get jobs. People say that, oh, they getting jobs now. They don't. Okay, they weren't allowed. They weren't allowed to get the same education. They weren't allowed. They weren't looked at to go to college. They weren't looked at to do these things. But now they're able to. Now they're able to make money. Which evolves into, we don't need that type of man anymore. We need a man that might do something else. Which is why you see more intelligent men, more people of high ilk. That's why you even see in the anti-feminist movement, they have moved on from, I hate just to Jordan Peterson, I'm finna talk highly intelligent and tell you smart things and say it in such a way that it doesn't sound like that, but it's in educated ways. And even those men like Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson aren't like the most manliest men ever talking about masculinity. Like, dude, you are not tough at all. But they sound.
Ben Shapiro ain't gonna shoot no fade.
That's what I'm saying. But they adapted and evolved by intelligence. So even the men leading these movements outside of like people like Andrew Tate, even Kevin Samuels, he talked intelligent. He didn't speak, because you remember in the 90s, it was a rapper and he was like, we don't, you know what I'm saying? But even that evolved because you have to evolve to adapt. And these people are successful in that adaptation. Do I agree with them? No, but they are successful in that adaptation. Well, some stuff that I do, but overall, no. But they are successful in that adaptation. And third is culture. In the evolution, the smart kid was looked down upon most of our childhood in the black culture. Am I wrong, Joe? If you talk intelligent, what would they tell you, Joe? Yeah, Joe, I think I can't hear you, but he know what it meant.
White boy.
You talk white. First off, I don't know that many white people. Let's be honest. I don't know that many white people that talk intelligent. I really don't. They talk like everybody.
Nah.
What I'm saying.
Something like a phenomenon.
Especially not where me and Joe are from. White people aren't the most intelligent sounding in the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you'll be called white. You'll be called, oh, you're not trying to be black. I'm like, so if I don't talk like you, I'm not black. If I don't sound intelligent, I'm not black. And when the world evolved to intelligence in black men's society, and the world evolved into that, where you wanted computer science dudes, and all the rappers become just entertainment, and if they get ended, no one cares. It's like another day in the news for No Jumper to just put it on the thing, and then everybody like, oh, that's sad, and go on about the business because
They don't have 22.
any of them did Jack and them, but you just another number. You just a person who was like a rapper who was an entertainer to me, and you just waiting for, like, people still waiting for Tekashi to get caught. That's what they want. That's why they watch his live. I'm in Chicago. I just want to see him get caught. But
that's a fact. We waiting for that nigga to get knocked down.
That's what I'm saying. But in the culture, it doesn't value intelligence. That's why in black people culture, the entertainers are the role models.
That self-sabotage arc is crazy. It's like almost goated at that point. That black people self-sabotaging each other arc, craziest arc ever written.
I saw a question asked by a brother that's highly intelligent on YouTube. He said, name the 5 smartest black people in the country. Can anyone name the 5 smartest? I know we got Michael Eric Dyson, but after that, and it's the other brother that did astrology. After that, I can't name no more because I'm a nerd, so I know them 2 specifically. And I don't even know if Michael Eric Dyson is really one of the smartest, but I know the dude to do the astrophysics. Can anybody name the 5 smartest black people?
Man, I had to keep it local. I had to keep it local.
That's what I'm saying. He said,
I had to tell you about somebody I actually met.
Joe, who the 5 smartest white people? Elon Musk, Bill Gates.
I was about to say, what now? Bill Gates, maybe. I think Bill Gates can go in there because
But you would consider Elon Musk smart, right? And that's
not if you're his dad. Y'all see that?
Honestly,
y'all see the interview Elon Musk's dad did? He was like, I hate that nigga.
Elon Musk is a con artist, but we're gonna talk about that.
When they talk about smart people, the first people I start thinking about like as far as the world, I automatically think of, we always say Einstein and Bill Gates. Like
Ethan Hawking.
Stephen Hawking, and he was
Stephen Hawking.
He lacked personality. So with that being said, I mean, I always think of those 3 when it comes to smart people. I can't think of nobody else, honestly. Malcolm in the Middle, shit.
Do y'all know who Lewis Latimer is? Anybody know who Lewis Latimer is?
It sounds
but I can tell by his last name that he's black.
Yes, he's the guy who invented the telephone. Basically, Alexander Graham Bell called him up, told him, "Hey, you got this idea."
Called him. He called him.
He called him pre-telephone.
Joe, listen. Back in the day, they were slaves, and this during slave time. So he called him up.
Hit him with the smoke signal.
Yes, you bring him over, and then he helped him make a thing. He helped him make the telephone. And then he went on to make basically, what is it called? The copper light bulb. It was a vastly improvement over the Thomas Edison light bulb, in which almost set the house on fire because it was so hot.
Yeah, I was going to say it got so hot. But Edison sort of took the juice from Tesla, didn't he?
Tesla had the idea, but Lewis Latimer basically he helped make the 2 most important things in your life, and nobody know who the black man is.
I mean, you're not wrong. I don't think any of us knew who he was.
Like, he actually worked. He worked for Thomas Edison, and nobody knows who he is. He was his right-hand man, and nobody knows it. Because in our culture, that doesn't seem important because everybody know who invented rap, who invented entertainment, who was in that movie, who your favorite rapper is, who your favorite musician. And when society goes away from that in terms of things, and we say evolution, the black man will be mostly emasculated because at the time of the society, we don't need that masculine person. They need something else. And unfortunately, Monterey.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm just saying they need something else at that time. Not saying you won't need it later, but at that time they need something else. Therefore, the focus will be on that. The same way we pay entertainers more than teachers. It makes no sense. But guess what? People want to get away from life, so they're willing to pay a lot of money to go watch an athlete play because that is what's needed in their life. They are willing to pay more for that athlete than they are a teacher who is necessary because, again, that's what society wants to pay. So I'm just going over that.
People need distractions.
Yep. So you pay a lot for distraction. Andre.
So your 3 points. I'm trying to remember your first one because I know your second one was evolution. Okay, yeah. So feminism.
Toxic feminism. Let's put a tag
I'm
on.
sorry, sir. According to media nowadays, that's not a term. That's not a thing. So according to media, there's no such thing as toxic feminism or anything of the sort. There's only feminism and then there's toxic masculinity for the most part. But feminism, fine. Because I think he was naming the reasons why, male leadership or, men are emasculated, things like that. So feminism, sure, because feminism has mutated from what it originally was to what it is now, which is a combination of people putting their own morals, their own ideals, and, changing the media of what feminism really is and what it's meant to stand for into what they want it to be. And trying to demean and lower masculine traits and qualities in the same respect. That's one. I'm cool on that. The third point of entertainment, being valued a lot of times, and because media pushes forward entertainment and they push forward drama because drama sells. Like he's saying, intelligence isn't a valued trait, and media is not. It's not necessarily that it's unvalued in the world. Media knows that intelligence is not the easiest way to control the mass amount of population of people. They know that. So drama is what sells. Entertainment is what sells because that's what's going to get your eyes instantly locked on to whatever article you're looking at, whatever thing you're swiping by. It's entertainment value is going to get you. It's not necessarily intelligence is going to all of a sudden get your attention most times. And intelligence is just going to, make the people actually think smarter in decisions. And that's not the easiest way to get people to do things. So, of course, you're right on that aspect. I 100% disagree with the evolution part, though. I 100% disagree with it. I do not think that is true. Reason being, evolution in our respect, in humans' respect, would say that eventually as women come up, that the role of the men and what they do is not as needed as much because women are able to do so. The problem with that evolutionary aspect is that one, women are not necessarily able to do everything that men do, whether you think of it as physically or not. They're not able to physically do everything that men could do, for one thing. Now, they can in some respects, but even yes, a woman can get a gun and defend herself. But more times than not, they prefer a man to do that. Why? Because they feel as though that's the man's role. And a lot of traditional
they're not emotionally equipped to deal with violence like that.
A lot of physical aspects, a lot of traditional men aspects are still valued by women. It's just the other traditional roles of women are the ones trying to be pushed away. But the thing about men taking care and being the breadwinner, taking care of women, taking care of their household, being the guardians, defenders, and all that kind of stuff, that stuff is still valued. Then the other part that I don't agree with is women will choose not to do everything that they can do that a man can do. Perfect example. We can say that women are able to do the same kind of jobs and things, right? And you can look up different Kevin Samuels or different notes or different researches to back up what I'm saying. Majority of the time, women are not the ones doing the jobs that keep society going. Perfect. They're not the ones that are doing these discussion plumbing jobs in order to install pipes to make sure that, the bathroom system still works. A lot of times women are not the ones that are doing those jobs. The majority men, or the ones that are climbing 30 and 60-foot skyscrapers to, install and build these buildings from the ground up. A lot of times that's not women, that's men that's doing those jobs. Or
how many female electricians you guys know?
Or even electricians, even if you look up the numbers of degrees that people graduate in, majority of the degrees that keep society going tend to be math, engineering, science. A lot of those degrees that typically are male dominated because men are willing to do those jobs because those jobs aren't pretty. Those jobs aren't nice. Those jobs have horrible hours and things of that nature. And men are willing to do more of the jobs that are not attractive qualities. Whereas a lot of times you can do research and look at a lot of the jobs that women prefer doing, want to have a lot of flexibility in those jobs, the ability to be able to have like better vacations, a better maneuvering of time. And like a lot of the jobs that women prefer to do, and a lot of times they're steered more doing, are like social jobs, like, you know, social workers or even teachers, things like that nature. There are jobs that are a lot less lean and a lot less physically demanding. But those jobs aren't necessarily the ones that keep society going. So to say in the evolutionary aspect that, oh, men aren't needed, that just simply isn't true, because a lot of times the things that we got now, men dominate in because they're willing to do them. And just women just a lot of times are not. Like you can say electricians, go one step further. How many repairmen do you see? You know, most of the time they're going to be men.
Yeah.
When our lights go out during a thunderstorm, a lot of times the field of repairmen and electricians that have to go out in these horrible weather conditions and try to fix this mess to 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night when the storm going down, it ain't women most of the time. That is a male generally dominated field. That's just a lot of times it is. Or whether it was the plumbing aspect that I named before, whether it's building up buildings, construction work, like you name it, a lot of these ugly jobs, whether it's building up buildings from scratch, doing plenty of things of that nature, they're a lot of times male dominated. Or being architects, like trying to draw up different plans, try to build up different buildings, scheduling out towns, doing numbers and calculations and things of that nature. A lot of the scientists, even biologists, a lot of the times, they're male dominated fields a lot of times because the jobs aren't pretty. They're very demanding and men are just willing to do them. Even warehouse jobs. Look at most warehouses, just basic freaking warehouses for a lot of the retail workers. I mean, majority of the time, those are male dominated and those hours are horrible, though the pay is good. The hours are horrible. The time off is horrible. And a lot of times women just don't prefer that kind of thing because women like flexibility. So from the evolutionary aspect, I 100% disagree. There's just no way. Like, not right now.
But we went for the teacher. What you said is 100% correct, by the way. But when I say the teacher is more intrinsically valued, which is why I brought it up to Tori too. In media, they don't really put value on said job. So in the scheme of overall outlook on society, which, like I said, everything you true value in the world is 100%, because if no one's doing construction, nobody to fix your toilet, no one to fix your air conditioner, no one to do a dangerous job with your electrician, you tend to be in trouble. But just like I said, from a media perspective, you don't see people praising the construction worker. I did construction for 8 years and nobody ever like, hey, thank you, appreciate that. Like, no, it is very dangerous. I'm on top of a roof lifting up heavy logs and a dude on the other side is kind of not sober because this job is long and it's tired, so he decided he's gonna give him a little nip before he come in. As you say, Mississippi, get a little nip.
How many women are carrying shingles up a ladder?
That hurts too. People don't understand that. All that stuff is very, very. I had to do that too because I was a strong dude in the family, and I was young, and all the old people and everybody like 40 said, like, "Hey, you young boy, you know how they do when you young Monte at the warehouse."
I'll even give you a couple more, like fields that require a lot of time. For example, like pilots. A lot of times that's, I believe, now I might be wrong on that, but pilots, a lot of times that's looked at as more of a male-dominated one. Or even better, the Army, the Armed Division.
Yep.
Majority men. Matter of fact, men are drafted up until I think about the age of 25. You can literally be forcibly drafted if you go to war.
Yep.
So like,
yep. It's in the Constitution.
So I'm like, as a traditionally male-dominated field by force a lot of time. So, but you know, the evolution part. Oh, there's just no way. Like I understand that the women can do majority of those jobs. They choose not to. Why?
Well, do y'all remember when women were fighting to be able to fight in the Army like they wanted to be? They were like, "Oh, we want to go into combat too." And I feel like that was a thing for a minute, but as soon as they were like, "Okay, you can," I feel like they were like, "Oh, we don't really want to do that. We just wanted you guys to say that we could."
Man, like I'll make a simple offer, and I'd love to take a poll of this.
That's not to diminish any female military members either. Not at all.
I ain't even on it. I'll take a poll of just a random thing. I'm like, okay, so let me say I offer you a job. This job is like warehouse type job, pays a pretty good hourly pay, but you're going to be having to work 9 to 12 hours a day, possibly up to 6 days a week. And you only get like 7 vacation days a year. And it's non-negotiable. And sometimes that 6th day, you will be told about a day or two beforehand. And
y'all got to be here at 7 tomorrow.
And, you know, and you have to be at work on time. And, you know, they generally don't care a lot about your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
See how many people, like a lot of dudes, their first question, well, how much does it pay?
Yep.
If it pay good, I might deal with it for a little time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that answer ain't gonna go a lot the same when it comes to, but you know, and there's nothing against that. Just women by numbers tend to prefer jobs that are more flexible, that are less physically demanding like that. So,
yeah.
Like I said, everything you said is true. Like I said, the teacher is more valuable than the athlete, but in society, the athlete is more raised high. Because like I said, the carpet, like if you don't have a carpenter, to what Monte said, you don't have houses. No one fixed the sink. It's over with. But in society, what I'm trying to say is in society, people on the internet mostly feel like that's not valuable. When I was younger, my dad carpenter, everybody respected my father. Oh, he can build my house. I'm gonna need him. And Chuck going up there, boy. Chuck come over here. He gonna come fix my house. I respect him. Everybody nice to you and everything. Nowadays, my uncle like, hey, I need you to fix it. And that's it. And I even know like thank you. And just, I need you to do this. And then go like don't even consider the same thing. It's the same thing with the military actually. Like they like, hey, you want salute. And now they like my sister come through. They be like, oh, hey, thank you for your service. And they going about the business. Like it's not like things that's supposed to be valued. And I think that's also into this. Emasculation, things that's supposed to be valued aren't as valued. Because I just gave an example of my father, right? And I just thought about this. Like he was valued in society because his role is important. His role is still just as important because it doesn't change.
Not more.
Yeah, but it's not. It's still not. It's not valued the same, which I think is weird, by the way. But and I think that's evolved the media rather than just evolution in general. Because people see that, oh, we have moved this far ahead, now we don't need this. Oh, we have got this far in women's rights, now we don't need this, it's not as important to us. You know what I'm saying, though? I'm trying to see if I can say it right.
No, I was going to say, you coming through loud and clear.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not even that it's just evolution, just like we evolved into this realm where, oh, we getting these jobs, now we getting this ain't as valuable as it used to be. So when I say evolution, that's what I'm also talking about, value of evolution. And then, like I said,
when you talk about, and we talk, the military person, they're not as valued anymore from the standpoint of, I mean, there was a point in time where fighting was the norm for civilization. And now that we're in America, that's not the norm. Like, you know, you didn't protect our country. You went and invaded some stuff maybe, but stuff that like the majority of most people, we didn't care.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I mean, look at entertainment. The first form of entertainment was slaves. Like, even if you go all the way back to Rome, look at the Colosseum. They literally had niggas killing each other for entertainment.
Yeah. So I mean, the role has just like as the role of the military person has been diminished. And honestly, going to the military is like hitting a lick. Going to the military is supposed to be your bridge to your career you actually want to do.
They pay for your college.
Get your college paid for, and maybe they'll just teach you some stuff, man. My homegirl, she went to Tennessee State, handled her business, aka then went to the military. Now she's a recruiter for the military, but she's certified dentist all day long.
Yeah.
She's my age. So with that being said, I just, you know what I'm saying, like you go to the army to hit a lick, not to actually come back with some honor. Shit, man, Applebee's like, oh, you a veteran? We still doing that? Are we still supposed to get this dude?
Is there still a military discount?
Now we get a day. Back in my day Vietnam vet, you get every day you get a discount. Now it's like, oh, Tuesdays from 9 to 12. I'm like, I got 9 to 12 special time. Like,
yeah, you got hit the early bird special.
Yeah, 9 to 12 in the morning.
Like, we know you getting an easy ass check. You know, Malcolm and them is in the National Guard, ain't doing shit.
Yeah, but if you ask a lot of these people that's in the army, they will tell you, don't join the army.
Yeah.
A lot of people will tell you, don't join the army because it's not what you think. That you think you come there and get a lick and then just like a free ride to a lot of stuff. A lot of the people that's been in the army, especially like younger people within like their 30s, older 20s, or whatever, that's been in there, they will tell you, no, it's not what you think it is.
You think you're there for that quick 10K sign-on bonus that you're gonna grab your charger with, the next thing you know.
Why do the young dude in the ROTC always get the charger? But how many
I have no idea.
We know what a charger.
It's the same reason. It's the same reason niggas get Air Force Ones on the first day of school.
It's always
you
a
just
red
do
charger.
It really. I was gonna say it's a Charger or a Mustang or.
It's a regular car that looks like it costs a lot, and but it also looks like it's a sports car, but it's not.
It's always red.
No.
I'm like, what is up with this?
I don't see no army niggas with Ferraris. Let's keep it real.
I didn't see a blue Mustang. But that's the only difference. Most of them is red. I know some do. What's the other? It was a Challenger, Charger, Camaro.
Hellcats are big now.
Camaro, you can get your Camaro with that.
Yeah, Camaro.
That's a good one.
It's always the same thing. But
you can get a 2012 Camaro with that sign on.
I was gonna say it ain't never. Man, now that you say that, it ain't never a current model neither. It's always a couple years old.
Because you go into the army with bad credit too.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's managed to keep their credit score high, though. I got a decent credit score for being a scumbag.
But yeah, shout out to the people that do construction work. Shout out to the dude, because y'all don't understand. I helped my father with all that. It ain't easy. It's nasty. It's disgusting. You have to go in houses and they got coming out the pipe and you gotta go deal with it. And then they be like, "Hey, here your check," and you be like, "What?"
Bro, my pops was a trash man for years. You know what I mean? And that's like, it's a super important job that we don't think about. But you get no love for that. No one's like, "Oh, thank goodness the trash man came." Even though if you sit out there and your dumpster's overflowed, you're sure gonna be like, "Oh, trash man ain't came by yet." But
by the way, truck drivers that like deliver pharmacy stuff and all that stuff for the government. I did that, by the way.
Well, that's another one.
Boy, they had you at Walmart.
This nigga resume.
Yo, I did. I did.
This nigga resume like Butters from South Park. Mailman Butters, truck driver Butters, magician Butters.
Zelme was a pimp. Is that what you're trying to allude to? Zelme used to be pimping.
That shit.
There may have been a pimp art.
Yeah, there we go.
Maybe in the multiverse. Maybe in the multiverse.
There's probably a scam. There's probably a scam art.
On a different plane of existence, there's definitely a Zelme that is wearing a leopard print suit and about to smack somebody's
mother.
Nigga
said, "Man, I did construction for about 8 years. Oh, truck driving? I used to do that, by the way."
Well, from 16 to 24, I did do.
No, I ain't saying.
I'm just giving the years for anybody that's curious, you know.
No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just saying this nigga got youth pastor.
Not the youth pastor.
Oh.
But next topic is we did this other a little bit, but I want to go over it. We have 2 movies that are coming out very soon that are kind of in the Black community, kind of causing a little stir that I've been seeing on TikTok and YouTube. Black Panther, the trailer has gotten people like, "Where are the black men at?"
Don't say anything offensive, Joe. Wakanda forever.
But that movie, by the way, I want to know, for everybody to know, that movie is written by 2 black men. Joe Robert Cole and Ryan Coogler wrote Black Panther.
Shout out Ryan Coogler.
So most people don't. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Joe Robert Cole. He wrote a lot of cool stuff that black people been.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Dang, how come we only hear about Coogler then?
People, because like I said, it's a lot of black people you don't know that's like really successful.
Yeah.
He just
co-written by Trevor McCullum.
I need to. I got inherited written. Let's go. I got 2 books. Let's go.
The more each scene with all women was all him.
Hey, listen, we're trying to raise up our queens at the same time. But let's go. But we
are we raising up our queens at the
like shit? She really be fighting. They or somehow
down.
Can we get Mystique in here somehow?
Yeah. Can I get a sexy blue bitch, please and thank you?
Make sure she's black. I want her to be black.
Black Mystique. No, we can.
Well, I mean, it's Mystique, so she can technically be any color she wants.
That was just a joke about, I don't know, pandering to women. I don't know.
And then we got a movie called Woman is King by Viola Davis.
Oh Lord.
Let's go. Created
by Viola Davis of all people.
Created and produced by Mario Bello, a white lady, and written by Dana Stevens, a white lady. A story about two fictional characters. We have no evidence of them existing, named Agoji and Nawi, but they are based on the real King Gezo story. Gezo, I hope I'm saying his name right. But he's an African king who fought a lot of wars during this time and had a lot of issues and was involved in the slave trade back in the day, which he's a very controversial figure, but he also was a very powerful man. And in the trailer, a lot of people are upset that the man King he doesn't look as strong as he is depicted in history. So people are upset about it. And I want to know y'all thoughts on these two images. I know Monte a little bit about how you feel about Black Panther. So we're gonna go the opposite way. We're gonna start off with Joe. Joe, how you feel about Woman is King in Black Panther?
All right. I'm not about to go run to the movie theater. I'm not about to go subscribe to HBO Max or Stars.
Joe just said that. Joe basically just said that movie ain't coming out.
He said, "I ain't getting no theater release."
Man, it might get them. It might get the Morbius treatment, man.
Not the
for real. We was just playing, man. For real, bring it back to the theater. Bring it back to the theater. I was just
run it back one time, so we can
run it back one more time, please. We just we love black women. We love black women.
Joe said he ain't for the white women written by white women.
Heartless fiend.
Monterey, your thoughts on this, Joe?
Get out of here. It's heartless.
It is what it is. It's a nice. It'll hopefully be a nice movie. Give whatever it's gonna be about it be good. Black Panther 2 is a whole nother monster. Not even gonna go into that. But Women is King. I have no clue of like the plot summary or anything of that nature. I just hope it's a successful movie. Cool with it. Hope people do not take it to the extreme, but it is what it is. Welcome to media.
Joe, basically, where he said it is what it is. That's what it is. That guild said they sucking in them black women to do whatever. Tori, your thoughts on Woman is King and Black Panther? And
nobody give a fuck about no woman being king. I want me to be perfectly sexist in this moment in time. Fucking, bruh, it's been a long day. We gonna keep it real, bruh. This movie's gonna flop. As far as Black Panther, I've made it perfectly clear I'm not down with Shuri Black Panther. I don't care for a Shuri Black Panther.
Misogynist.
So we're saying this movie Woman is King. This is a movie about black women that was written by two white women.
Yeah, two fictional black women during King Gezo's time. Which they like, there's no, according to every history book I ever read, they not in it, so I don't never see him. But King Gezo fight another dude in the army. I guess they replaced the dude he fought with these two women, and two white feminists.
Man, listen, the only female leaders that I'm checking for are like these ancient Chinese empresses that were doing all kinds of crazy shit in history. Like she got turned into a Buddhist nun and then became like a warrior queen and like 200 BCE, some shit like that. That's what I'm checking for. Ain't nobody, man.
Somebody get your boy. Somebody get your boy.
I'm just saying.
I ain't took 400 podcasts to get him back.
Somebody get your boy.
Bruh. I mean, maybe the movie, listen, if this movie does good, then the Simps are winning. It's that plain and simple. If y'all niggas go out and watch this movie, you are simping by default. You gonna let these two white women write about two fictional black women that they are implanting in a history that was in fact made by a man. Now we're just it's more the media emasculating niggas. Plain and simple.
It's giving that episode of Atlanta where those two white foster moms took in all those black kids and like, don't worry, we'll take care of you. And it was awful.
I mean, look at Angelina Jolie. She went and goddamn grabbed a child of every flavor, bruh.
No, and shout out to her. She got a child that goes to
She got a
HBCU
Cambodian
now.
kid. She got a West African kid. She got a couple of natural born kids. I mean, bruh.
there's exceptions to the rule, but this isn't written by Angelina Jolie, and she knows better than to write about two black women.
We ain't forget
She knows
Angelina
better
Jolie
than that.
have a vial of Billy
My
Bob
daughter is
Thornton
black.
blood
My daughter
around her
black. She
neck,
can always
made
lean on
out
that.
with her
No,
brother.
Angelina Jolie knows not to touch this with a stick. Like, I'm not writing a story unless, man, who wrote The Blind Side?
Well, that actually happened. Though.
I know it actually happened, but somebody had to write and direct it. I'm sure it wasn't a black writer and director, but they let it slide.
He's still upset about that. He's like, this movie made me look weak.
No saying his own life in a depiction about his life. That's like, it's cool. He's going to the NFL. We don't need to give him any royalties.
They were like, we're going to tell your story. Don't worry about it.
What? Don't worry. It'll be great. Your life will be great.
Hey, let's be for real. The royalties on that movie are probably dumb. As many times as it gets played at 3 o'clock in the morning on some random channel.
Yeah, don't get me on Nick Saban showing up. He's like, now, which kid is this about again? When he goes to the camera.
Michael O'Hurt.
Who?
We lost Tory.
Who? Oh, well, at any rate, Nick Saban sends so many black kids to the league that that all black people should be fawning over him, and there's no way he could ever be racist.
But
that's what that's about.
But let's be honest. Again, Tory kind of right. Like, come on, but it's not. You're writing a story about history and adding people that wasn't in history, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's okay. That is my main problem. Is that if we are taking an actual real life situation that happened, and you're just implanting these two bitches here for fuck's sake, bro, I got a problem with it. I ain't even gonna stunt. It's stupid.
Isn't that white people's like number one thing that they do is rewrite history?
I was about to say that's their thing. They like to whitewash shit, and that is what it is.
But you remember what I said? The goal is to get black women on their
they're
side.
whitewashing narrative-wise now. It's not like full blown like trying to remove niggas from history. It's just trying to make sure that there's a white influence over black history.
No, they're trying to get the white women on their side.
Hey, and I love white women.
I ain't even black women on their side. They're like, hey, feminism.
Oh, okay. Feminism. Yeah. I mean that's harder than getting white women on your side. I promise.
But that's what they doing. They be like, hey, white feminists is like, hey, black women, here's your movie. I'm supporting you. I'm joining us.
Because I've argued with my fair share of feminists and probably will until the end of time. And like I said, as I've said many times, I have 4 sisters. Well, I had 4 sisters. I got 3 sisters. Nonetheless, I've got all the respect in the world for a woman that is out here busting her ass to make sure her family's okay, to make sure because like I said, shout out to my own mother who my mom works in a factory, bruh. You know what I mean? 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, easy, sometimes 7 days a week. Shit, most niggas can't do. But that's beside the point. It doesn't matter because in the end, just because you raised yourself higher doesn't mean that you have to drag somebody else down lower. Because that's what it really is. It's like, oh, we went up a couple stairs, so we got to make sure we try to push you down a few.
But Tori, that's how they do in manhwa.
That's why, and that's why manhwa's not manga.
It's the leveling system, bro. The rich white dude just laughing as everybody just sit here fight each other for a spot they just randomly gave out. And then all of a sudden, black women and black men and gay people and everybody fighting with each other. And the poor white dude, they just be wilding sometimes. Some of these black dudes be wilding too. We ain't gonna Andrew Tate them just wild, but
yeah, I was gonna say I just saw a nigga shot and killed a man, or he's not dead yet, over some cold French fries at a McDonald's. Yeah. That's wild.
There's some people wild. I'm not condoning that, but at the same time, I just want y'all to understand that
we're not condoning classism either, which is what this is at the end of the day. Blatant classism.
My problem with woman is king, I'm not gonna allow it to affect the way I see, because like I told Monte on Make It Make Sense, it's like you see a one rat and you write about the rat, but then you start seeing a bunch of rats, it's a rat over there too, and it's not. So I don't want Woman is King to be like, oh, Black Panther doing the same thing because I see it in the trailer, because like I said, it is written by 2 black men, and in the first movie, he gave that line to Michael B. Jordan that I'm like, okay, he with the cause, because he's like, yo, that's fire. So I'm like, I'm giving him more leeway, and it's written by him and another black man. So I'm like, okay, I will give it leeway because again, if you did put the black men in the trailer, that's probably ruining the surprise, by the way, because again, all the black men that's already there couldn't make it. Well, two of them couldn't make it to the filming. So if it is, it's a surprise and that you see later on, and they already got leaked, so they had to put him out. So, so I'm giving that one a chance. Woman is king. I'm like, it's weird. I'm like, they not part of history. You can't just add people into history and take somebody else's place just to like, oh, we support.
That's my biggest problem with it too.
But like I said, I'm for sure. It happened in the comic book, so I can be alright with sure. It's canon.
Sure, his Black Panther run was garbage in the comic books, just so everybody knows.
Hope this black man can make this queen strong, because that's all I want to do. I don't want to play this game. I want everybody. I want to be the lion. I want the woman and the man to be strong on top of the, like you go to the jungle on top of that hill. The male lion, woman lion sit on top of the hill, they run it. That's how I want it to be. I don't want this no fight between two groups.
When did equal rights flip around where it was women that were fighting for equal rights and now it's men that are trying to claw and be like, yo, aren't we supposed to be equal here?
About advantage. It's not, let's be fair, men still, like, look at the top 15 richest people and all the people that run the government, they all men. So, but at the same time, in the lower ranks, like I said, in the lower ranks where we at, it's kind of this cannibalism thing that's going on. It's kind of weird. Like, oh, I got to get up here before you get up here. And I'm like, all the dudes running the country. Why could we just don't take their spot? No, you can't have this spot. No, it's if we get together, we can vote them out. You know what I mean? But no, we don't. But
make sure you go out there and vote.
I'll take over everything, bro.
I'm saying black men and black women together taking over everything. Let's do it. But we gotta black men gotta come together first as black men too, because that's another story and that's for another topic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drama going on there too, and brothers ain't supporting brothers and all that stuff too. So that's another topic, but we ain't gonna get into it today. But like I said, black men have had success. I just want to say that. We have moved up on the poll on how much wealthier black men has gotten. By the way, it's nowhere near what other.
But black men have to work a lot harder for said success.
It is true, but white men just naturally get it. Black men have to work harder. Black women also have to work harder to get stuff and certain things. So I don't want to just put it on that. Whereas white people automatically got it up. Other groups automatically get it up. Hispanic people they actually went down a little bit. So we about even with them down. So it's like, if you look at number of how many wealthy people there. I also looked up the stat, 88% of black men marry black women, which is the second highest, the only black women, and then like 85%.
But look at the way that black people and Hispanic people actually beef with each other.
Because we're on the lower level of the cannibalism. They're like, oh, they black people to take our spot. That's what we don't want.
American Cholo, whatever his name is, he had a whole beef. They had the whole beef with the Tyga situation where Tyga made that culturally insensitive video and they took it down. And then you go and you look, and this Hispanic gentleman that was so outraged by this, you go back and you see all these videos of him just dissing black people, calling them all kinds of crazy names. Freaking, I mean, come on. What's the basis at the end of the day?
Like I said, it's about the cannibalism and everybody trying to get to the spot, and they feel like if you get to that spot, I gotta push you down so I can rise up because you trying to come up too. And it happens in the black culture too, in the black male culture too. So you see a brother come up, everybody start hating him or something, and then he try to like, oh, he think he all that and all that stuff. But again, like,
nothing makes a nigga madder than when somebody gets out of the hood before they do.
Yeah, so it's survivalist instinct, and we gotta be wary of that. Cause I also don't want to see black women. The one thing I don't want, and I'm gonna end this, I'm gonna let everybody else speak, and then we're gonna end the show. One thing I don't want is seeing black women's success and be like, why that ain't us as black men? Why ain't black men successful? I don't want that. I want to raise that queen up. I want to support you being successful. I want you to win. I will continue to want you to win. I will support you and I love you. But at the same time, don't kick a brother down if you is winning. And if you not, brother, don't kick them down when they don't try to pull them down when they winning. Yo, if we work together, like I said, we could be at the top of the mountain.
Little cooperation never hurt anybody.
You know what I'm saying? You see them winning, you see them in movies, and be like, yes, queen, I support you. Now, like I said, woman is king, kind of weird. It's a little iffy based on how to do it, but that's like I said. Go, Shira, I hope you kill it. In that case, I hope all these movies kill it. I hope we get more than one scandal. Because like I said, in the 90s, we didn't see a lot of lead black women roles, and now we seeing them. So I support it. I love it. Just keep grinding queens and all that. And I hope to see more brothers up there soon. And we're gonna fight. We're gonna try to make it with Overall 99 Media. Any final thoughts, Joseph?
Black men, we ain't up. City girls of all colors winning right now. So city boys, we down.
Lying, that shit gonna be a hot bus summer. What you talking about? Joe about to act. He already got his shirt off. Look at him.
I was gonna say Joe got the chest out.
He already Joe getting treated to like nice shit and everything. He talking crazy like this. Nigga, these queens treating you well.
Shit, they up.
Yeah,
they might be feeling sorry for my ass. They look at my wallet. Let me get you a new one. Shit.
You ain't gonna do Sierra and Russell Wilson. Like, well, you got the old wallet. No, I'm just gonna buy you a new.
Let me iron. Let me iron your pants, man. Just something ain't right. Just let me iron your pants for you. Not out of being a female, just like out of just straight pity. Like your pants is wrinkled, my nigga. Like let me handle that for you because you can't be seen with me like that. Shit, I'm down, my nigga. Shit,
City girls up there. I tell you,
City girls up, my nigga. I'm her date. I'm her date.
I'm with her.
I'm with her. Man, you know what happened to my girl? See you talking.
I ain't never been afraid to say she got the check.
Oh, she got the bag. Damn, why you holding that girl purse all day like that? Shit, that's what she told me to do.
I was gonna say she asked.
Andre, your final thoughts on everything we talked about today.
Stay down, King.
Oh, wait, this is the first time me and Monte actually disagreed. I like, even though we didn't really disagree because I agreed, but at the same time, it was just like a difference of the level we're talking about. But
the only thing I got to say, bro, is when in doubt, DoorDash for your girl, like our boy Uniqo Williams says. And otherwise, don't tear down if you can help it. Don't tear down other people to lift yourself up. It's not the way to do it. And don't believe the media. The media is there literally to manipulate and build drama so that the media can further it. That's just how media works. Media goes for what is going to get your attention first and foremost, before valid information first. Not to say that the media is lying all the time. Sometimes, yeah. But
a portion of
their
the time
purpose is to get your attention first. So don't always believe the media. Do your own research. Don't tear down others to get yourself ahead. And when in doubt, take the taco meat out and DoorDash for your girl like our boy Uniqo Williams.
Hey, listen, if what Joe got,
if Joe ain't no fucking taco meat out.
Yo, if Joe DoorDash get what Joe got, I need a DoorDash too. I need that treat. I don't know if y'all follow Joe on Snapchat. I need that. I need to get treated like Joe got treated. Oh, yeah, I need to do that.
Don't be afraid to let her pay. Equal rights, equal fights. Don't be afraid to not. At the same time, you shouldn't be so readily. Let's not tear anybody down. But don't be afraid to knock somebody down a few pegs when they're up on the high horse. Everyone's on the high horse till that bitch get kneecapped.
And
the horse, not the woman. The horse, not the woman.
Say Ray Rice. What's wrong with you? But yeah, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody for watching. Hope everybody had an amazing time. And as we said, man, listen, we love that black women winning. We love all that. But just value the things that men do, as Monte said. Value the things the unseen things, the little thing that you might take for granted in society nowadays. Like, don't just look at the person that fixed your toilet and be like, oh yeah, appreciate your money. Just be like, hey man, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
I tipped the dude when he came and changed out my hot water heater. And he was like, we don't do tips, which is kind of messed up. But I still slipped the nigga a slick 20 because, I mean, I didn't have hot water. And he came and changed that for me.
Nigga made $35 an hour.
And I want to end off this too, and then we're going to be out there. Because remember to keep stuff and something amazing happen. Like and subscribe, do all those things. But remember, those jobs are valuable now. And Joe said they make $35, $40 an hour because the people ain't doing them. So if you fix air conditioners, you can make $40 an hour. And a lot of y'all, let's be honest, if y'all in the hood, a lot of y'all still in cop at them. That means y'all already halfway know how to fix them. So just go to school for a few months. What, 6 months to get your little license? What is it?
Just grab the certificate.
Yeah, just get that certificate. This would take it for 6 months. You get your certificate, and then you making $40 an hour. You ain't got to do all that. So value those jobs, do all those things. And I appreciate y'all for listening. And we out. Peace.
You catch me at uniqowilliams.com. Like and subscribe. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Uniqo Williams. We out here today. I'm just playing, but y'all need to make sure you like, subscribe, and smash that like button.
Hey, they probably tired like me so much.
Man, make sure y'all go look at the link trees for everybody. Your boy Monray Hudson everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, naturally. Catch me on the Blur Cartel, here, Buzz, all over some YouTube stuff. Make sure y'all get at your boy. Do you hear me? Uniqo Williams, aka Black Panthers mid, but doom isn't weird, but you know it is what it is. We ain't gonna question them today. Otherwise, we're gonna pass to the Afro comment for the toxicity. We out. Yeah.
You already know. Afro Commie 765 on everything. Steady out here having white women do strange things for change. Let's go.
What? And of course, you know, overall now where I be, it been a year since them did they thing. A year today that we recorded this. And you know, overall now where I be, we outside. Peace.
Free Brittany Griner. They gonna throw in an extra compensatory.
She's going to a penal farm, bruh.
Justice for Breonna Taylor too. Peace.